The purpose of this presentation is to provide an overview of the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Methodology, an internet-based calculator that has been developed by Adkins Capital Management. This presentation will explain how prospective home buyers can use the Retirement Plan Savings Calculator in order to determine the amount of money they need to accumulate by their retirement date in order to fund their retirement, and to determine the amount of money they need to save each year in order to accumulate a retirement savings amount that is capable of funding their retirement. By utilizing the analytical methodology and internet-based calculator explained in this presentation, prospective homebuyers will be able to establish an effective strategic retirement plan policy and make a prudent home purchase decision. This presentation was developed by the founder and owner of Adkins Capital Management. Adkins Capital Management is a privately owned and independently operated company. Our mission is to bridge the gap in the residential housing market, where deficiencies in education, public policy, regulation, product structure, and personnel have created an environment where prospective homebuyers need objective information and useful analytical tools that will allow them to make a prudent home purchase decision. As the founder and owner of the company, I have more than 15 years of real estate analysis experience. I have more than 10 years of institutional investment consulting experience, and I have more than 8 years of freelance financial writing experience. I am the author of more than 25 published articles, including publications by Forbes, Investor's Business Daily, Yahoo, Investopedia, Financial Edge, and more than 230 news organizations worldwide. I have written published articles that explain the issues with defined contribution plans and defined benefit plans, and I have written articles that provide a wealth of retirement plan guidance. This analysis makes 4 important assumptions that are necessary in order to utilize the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Methodology. First, the prospective homebuyer needs to know the amount of annual pre-tax retirement income that he would like to have available to spend during his retirement years. Second, the prospective homebuyer can make a single prudent assumption about the investment rate of return that he will earn on his retirement savings during both his working years and during his retirement years. Third, the prospective homebuyer will live exclusively off of the investment earnings that are generated by his accumulated retirement savings amount and will not utilize any of his accumulated retirement savings principal once he is retired. And fourth, the prospective homebuyer will bequest his accumulated retirement savings amount to his beneficiary upon his death. In order to establish an effective retirement plan strategy, the prospective homebuyer needs to begin by answering the following question. How much money will I need to accumulate by the day I retire in order to maintain my desired standard of living during my retirement years? By utilizing the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Methodology, the answer to this question can be found by assessing the prospective homebuyer's desired pre-tax annual retirement benefit amount and the assumed rate of return on retirement savings that the prospective homebuyer believes he can achieve during his retirement years. For example, if the prospective homebuyer would like to have an annual pre-tax retirement benefit amount of $50,000, and the prospective homebuyer believes that he can generate a 6% annual return on investment savings during his retirement years, then the prospective homebuyer will need to accumulate $833,333 by the day he retires. By answering the first retirement savings question, the prospective homebuyer will have established a financial goal that he should strive to achieve during his working career. Once the prospective homebuyer knows how much money he needs to accumulate by the day he retires in order to fund his annual retirement benefit amount, the second question he needs to answer is, how much money will I need to save each year during my working career in order to accumulate my required savings target amount? By utilizing the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Methodology, the answer to this question depends on only 2 assumptions. First, the prospective homebuyer needs to make an assumption about how many years he will work prior to his retirement. And second, the prospective homebuyer needs to make an assumption about the rate of return he will earn on his retirement savings during his working career. With this information, the prospective homebuyer can use the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Calculator in order to analyze his retirement strategy for a wide variety of financial savings scenarios. This in turn will allow him to develop an effective strategic retirement plan policy that he should strive to achieve during his working career. For example, assume that the prospective homebuyer would like to have an annual retirement benefit amount of $50,000. Assume that he will work for 30 years, and assume that he believes that he will achieve a 6% annual return on investments from his retirement savings during his working career. With this information, the prospective homebuyer needs to determine how much money he needs to save each year in order to accumulate a retirement savings amount that is capable of funding his retirement. By utilizing the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Calculator, the answer to this question can be found by multiplying $50,000 times 21.0815% in order to determine the required annual savings amount. In this example, the required annual savings amount is $10,541. By saving this amount each year and earning a 6% annual return on investment, the prospective homebuyer will accumulate $833,333 by the end of his 30-year working career. Prospective homebuyers can also incorporate their annual estimated Social Security benefit amount into the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings methodology in order to help establish their strategic retirement plan policy. By visiting the Social Security website and logging into their My Social Security account, prospective homebuyers can obtain an estimate of how much their future Social Security benefit amount will be when they retire. Once the prospective homebuyer has an estimate of his future Social Security benefit amount, he will be able to establish a strategic retirement plan savings policy that takes into account a key component of his future retirement. For example, assume that the prospective homebuyer's annual Social Security benefit amount will be $20,000 per year. Given this benefit level, the prospective homebuyer's accumulated savings target amount at retirement will be reduced from $833,333 to $500,000. This in turn will reduce his annual required pre-tax savings amount from $10,541 to $6,325. By taking into account his future Social Security benefit, the prospective homebuyer will be able to establish a much more accurate and achievable strategic retirement plan policy. The following illustration is a display of the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Calculator that is available on the Adkins Capital Management website. The calculator is a cloud-based application that prospective homebuyers can access from their personal computer. As the picture illustrates, the prospective homebuyer simply has to enter into the calculator 4 pieces of information in order for the calculator to determine the prospective homebuyer's cumulative savings requirement, annual savings requirement, and monthly savings requirement. By utilizing the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Calculator, the prospective homebuyer will be able to establish an effective strategic retirement plan policy. The Strategic Retirement Plan Savings methodology outlined in this presentation utilizes intuitive financial engineering in order to calculate the amount of money that prospective homebuyers need to accumulate by the day they retire in order to fund their retirement, to calculate the amount of money that prospective homebuyers need to save each year in order to fund their retirement, and to reduce the number of input variables that are required in order to implement a strategic retirement plan policy. By utilizing the Strategic Retirement Plan Savings Calculator, in conjunction with the use of the Adkins Residential Home Valuation Analyzer, prospective homebuyers will be able to establish an effective strategic retirement plan policy and make a prudent home purchase decision. For more information about our strategic retirement plan savings methodology, our strategic retirement plan savings calculator, and the Adkins Residential Home Valuation Analyzer, please contact Adkins Capital Management. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation.